Hi Stampin' Friends, today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful card. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start off with a piece of black cardstock, and this piece here is 4 by 5 1/4 inches. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually use our Big Shot, and we're going to also use one of our edgelets from the new Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. So what we're going to do is we're going to position this at the center near the top. So we're going to make sure that our points here are centered, and then we're going to run it through. Okay, so that we end up with this nice little edge. Now we're going to do it again with our white. This is shimmery white cardstock from Stampin' Up! It's beautiful. It's got a really beautiful little shimmer to it when the light hits it just right. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to line up our edgelet and we'll run it through. Okay. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put our designs on. So we're going to use Versamark and black embossing powder, and we're going to do a little bit of masking here because you'll see how the leaf, we're going to use the same leaf for all of it. So we don't want this little stem here to show up on here, so we're just going to do a little bit of masking. Quite simple to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll take our shimmery white. I've got the 2 flowers. We're using the stamp set from Fabulous Florets from the Stampin' Up! Collection. And then what we're going to do is we're going to Versamark up our flowers. Okay, and then we're going to position them where we want them on the cardstock. Okay. Then what we're going to do is I've already cut out, I've stamped and then I've cut out these flowers. We're going to use those for masking. So this is how we managed to just get part of the leaf. So I'm going to put that over the small flower. I'm going to Versamark the leaf, and I think I want one there, so I'm going to stamp it there. Reposition this again, and I'm going to have the leaf coming out there. Now we'll do the big flower. So let's see, I think I'll have leaf there, maybe a leaf coming out at the bottom, and then I just want one lone leaf by itself. We'll position it like it's falling right there. Because we're using Versamark and embossing powder, I'm going to do this now, so I'm going to put my greeting on now too. Okay, and we're going to use a black embossing powder. Just okay, so I've ended up with quite a bit of extra here. That's alright. We're just going to use a paintbrush and get rid of all that excess that we don't want. Very gently go around. I made quite the mess here, didn't I? Well, it's perfect. It's okay. And we're good. And then we'll heat emboss it. Make sure that we get all of it done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our sponging, and we're going to just add, I'm going to start with the lightest colors first. So in this case we're going to start off with So Saffron. And I'm just going to keep inking it up. Rub it a little bit so you have I think that's enough yellow. So then I'm going to use pumpkin pie to add a little bit more color. So again, we're just sponging or inking up our sponge. And then we're just going to sponge randomly all over the cardstock. Okay. And then we're going to use some pink. So we're going to use Regal Rose for this one. And I just want a little bit of this added. So I'm just going to add some pink or Regal Rose up here. A little bit more here. Maybe some down here. I'm going to just ink up the middle a little bit. That looks good so far. Alright, so then what we're going to do is we're going to continue to put some more color in the center of the flowers. What I'm going to do is I've closed my ink pad up and I'm going to squeeze it so that I have pink in the lid. And then I'm going to use my aqua painter. It's filled with water so you can control the amount of thickness of your paint. Now I don't want mine really thick, so I'm not going to squeeze this right now because I want my brush not very wet. And I'm just going to pick up some of the pink from the lid and then I'm going to color. It just goes on very lightly. The first time you put it on, it's darker, and then you just keep going and it gets lighter, and then just keep on going. I'll add some up here. Okay, and then I'll go back again because it's dried, so we'll add another layer to get a little bit more darkness. Okay, then I'll just clean off our brush. And now I'm going to add some green to the leaves. So for the green, I'm going to use Old Olive, and again, same thing. I'm going to ink up the lid. Okay, and then I'm going to just start by running my aqua painter along the veins in the leaf. Do that first. Okay, now I'm going to create a bit of a shadow in my flowers. So I'm just going to use, this time I'm going to use some black. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to color in a couple of the areas with black. And put some on the top flower. So I want a little bit darker, so I'm just going to add some more ink to my aqua painter. Pretty easy, eh? That's about it. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to tape the shimmery white to my black. Now I think I haven't left enough black there. I should have probably made that a little bit longer. Just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of black cardstock. So all I'm going to do there is I'm just going to put some tape for right now on the back. Okay, there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some ribbon. So all we're going to do now is a little trick that I've learned here is to take my ribbon, to tie it in a knot around anything. So I'm going to use this paintbrush, slide it off, and I'm going to use my scissors to cut. And there is my instant little knot. So I'm going to figure out how much I need to tie it around there. Okay, I'm going to add some tape at the back. Tie my ribbon around. I always like to put tape on the ribbon around the edges. bottom end, a little bit in the middle, and then position it on card, and we are good to go. And there you have it. Isn't that pretty? Thank you, stampers, for watching, and we'll see you again soon.